Hey everyone, Brent Pluso, the Lifestyle Rejuvenator here. In this video, I'm going to show you how I sprout from start to finish a 3-part salad seed sprouting mix, including alfalfa, broccoli, and radish. All the nutrients are locked up in these tiny small seeds, but when you sprout them, they become undormant. Basically, you've unlocked and opened up a small treasure chest full of live energy needed to grow a full-grown plant. Nutrient levels are 10 to 50 times more powerful than in a whole food like a piece of broccoli. You would need to eat a lot of broccoli to get the same benefit from just a handful of sprouts. Plus, sprouts are so much more easier to digest than the whole food, so you can use that energy to repair and heal cells instead. So on that note, let's get into the video. So what you'll need is a mason jar, and then you're gonna wanna go to Home Depot or any hardware store and look for some mesh. This is a screen door mesh. It comes in a roll, it's super cheap. Grab some scissors. You're gonna cut this mesh into little squares like this. And that is gonna go over top of your jar like so, and then you're going to put on the lid like so.
Here is a 3-part seed mix that you will be using: alfalfa, broccoli, and radish seeds. We will add 4 tablespoons of the 3-part seed mix into the 32-ounce mason jar. Next, put the square mesh screen onto the mason jar and tighten the ring screw top on. Next, fill the mason jar with water, give it a swirl, and rinse it out a couple of times to clean the seeds. Fill up the mason jar a third of the way with filtered or spring water. You want to make sure there's enough water in the jar because the seeds are going to soak up the water and expand. One of the reasons why we soak the seeds is to get rid of the enzyme inhibitors. Put the mason jar in a dark spot, like in a cupboard, for approximately 6 hours or overnight. After approximately 6 hours has passed, drain the water out of the jar and give it a good rinse. I usually will rinse the seeds before going to work in the morning and again around dinner time, so twice a day. Next, we are going to place it upside down on an angle in a bowl or a pot so there will be no standing water in the jar. Cover the mason jar with a blanket. The reason why we do this is so the seeds can start searching for the sunlight, and it will help the germination sprouting process. We are going to keep them under the blanket for approximately 12 hours. Once approximately 12 hours has gone by, remove the blanket and give the seeds another rinse. Here's what the seeds look like after the first 12 hours. Drain out the bowl or pot and give it a good rinse. You might need to clean the pot out. Again, place the mason jar upside down on an angle in a bowl or a pot. I like to sprout a bunch of different things at a time, as you can see here. Again, cover them up and leave them for approximately 12 hours. After another 12 hours has gone by, uncover the blanket and repeat the process. Rinse the seeds. This is what the seeds should now look like. You will start to see the little white tap roots coming out of the seeds. They have started to germinate and are sprouting. Again, put them upside down on an angle inside a bowl or a pot and cover them with a blanket. After another approximately 12 hours, uncover the blanket and repeat the process. You will see the sprouts trying to get through the screen because they are trying to get at the water that has dripped down into the bowl. I usually tap them down and then give them a good rinse to get all the seeds wet. It is nice having the screen on so you can really shake the mason jar to get all the water out. Here's what the seeds should now look like. Again, put the mason jar upside down on an angle inside a bowl or a pot and cover them with a blanket and leave them for approximately 12 hours. Approximately 12 hours later, repeat the process. Take the blanket off and rinse all the sprouted germinated seeds with water. Here is what the germinated seeds should now look like. As you can see, the taproots are getting longer. Put the mason jar upside down on an angle inside a bowl or a pot. Approximately 12 hours later, repeat the process. Take the blanket off and rinse all the germinated seeds with water. Here's what the germinated seed should now look like. The sprouts are really filling up the jar. You can take them out now and eat them if you wanted to, but I'm going to repeat the process one more time. Again, put the mason jar upside down on an angle inside a bowl or a pot. Covering them with a blanket is optional at this point because some people like the sun to get at them to give them more nutrients. Leave them for approximately 12 hours. After approximately 12 hours, rinse the sprouts. Here's what they will look like now. They have completely filled up the 32-ounce mason jar. Give them another good rinse. Unscrew the mason jar lid and dump the sprouts into the strainer. You might need to dig deep with your fingers to get all those sprouts out. If you're going to store them for a few days, put them in a container and put them in your fridge.
Sprouts are great to put on salads, in sandwiches, in soups, or you can even eat them on their own by themselves. Thank you guys so much for watching on how I sprout alfalfa, broccoli, and radish seed. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. Check out the link down below for my full detailed blog post and other great how-tos. Again, this is Brent Peluso, the Lifestyle Rejuvenator, helping people rejuvenate their lifestyle through a plant-based diet, fitness, and mindset. And we'll see you on the next one.